Let's face it, it's never been easy being a horror fan, especially when you have to wait on your favorite franchise for a new installment, news, anything. Being a Friday the 13th fan is particularly difficult. I'm a huge Jason Voorhees fan, always have been. I heard about the A24, the Peacock series, Crystal Lake. I was excited about it. New Friday the 13th. Okay, let's do it, right? Well, the rights thing got settled. Okay. Then the writer's strike happened, and here we are still waiting. We have somewhat of an update. We'll talk about it on the other side, plus some more news. Let's do the intro. Crystal Lake. Friday the 13th, the series might start filming this summer. This came out a couple days ago on Joe Blow Horror, and I am not optimistic with this. Now, I know the show was supposed to release this year, but that pesky little Writers Guild strike, the Film Actors Guild strike, whatever you want to call it, really set everything back. But, I mean, did it really set anything of quality back? There's certain things that, we're all anticipating, and especially the horror hounds out there. Speaking of Horror Hound, the place to be reviews will be down at Horror Hound in Cincinnati, March, the 22nd through the 24th. We'll be down Thursday night through Sunday, hanging out down around Cincinnati, WKRP. One of my favorite times of the year is the horror conventions that I go to. Those are always a blast, so I really look forward to that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to some new Friday the 13th.
What we do here is go back. Gotta get back in time.
34 years ago today in theaters, Tremors released. 1990. That's right. January 19th, 1990. Tremors released in theaters. Also, 6 years later, folks, From Dusk Till Dawn came out and had its theatrical release. Also today, we have to wish a very happy 215th birthday to Edgar Allan Poe, born January 19th, 1809. You don't look a day over 214, sir. Now back to the video. Okay, so everything we know, this series, they say it might start filming. As I looked into this article from Joe Blow, it led me over to FridayThe13thFranchise.com. Much more concise article on it, and let's kind of just run through these few little points here. It says, our site reported last year that the tentative date to begin filming for Peacock's Friday the 13th show Crystal Lake was supposed to be March 2024, but that was just before the actor and writer strikes began last year. As of right now, not a single scene has been shot for the series. What can be mentioned is some cast members were hired for the project. None of those actors have been announced officially as of yet, except for Adrienne King. We have learned recently that filming for the series is now targeting a summer 2024 start, which should then kick off a slew of updates pertaining to the events surrounding Crystal Lake. The filming schedule was indeed delayed past March due to the strikes, as well as other circumstances that look like they have been resolved. Hopefully, everything lines up for a summer shoot so fans can finally start receiving regular updates. That, to me, is... I have been combing Twitter for updates on this series. I have been looking forward to this. I have been, this is one of the things that's on my mind. And you see the ad there for Camp Crystal Lake in Hardwick, New Jersey. I'm going to book that here within the next week or two for May. We'll be out there shooting some footage, doing the tour, and also the town and things like that. So yeah, you guys will get videos out of us when we're out there. But no, this show, it's got a lot of promise, and to talk to that a little bit more, like I said, I know we've covered it in past videos, but right here, Friday the 13th franchise, this is from 2022. This is what they can and can't use on the show. Crystal Lake is straight to the series, which means the entire series is going into production without a pilot episode being made first. According to the series showrunner Brian Fuller, the budget for each episode is upwards of $3 million. That's 5 times the per episode budget of Fuller's Hannibal. Peacock has ordered 1 season, and the contract includes a penalty for it not producing a second season, which in essence is a 2-season commitment. And Fuller had stated he had it mapped out for 4 seasons. Makes me optimistic that he has a plan for it. Crystal Lake will be executive produced by Victor Miller, writer of the original Friday the 13th film and rights holder, Mark Toberoff, legal rep to Victor Miller, and Studio A24. A24 will also serve as a production company. Nothing is off limits from the TV show, as Brian Fuller states. They can go to New York, hell, space, they can use everything. I love they asked the question, will we see Jason Voorhees? Fuller responded in his interview to Fangoria, I wouldn't count Jason out. I think over the course of the series, you will see many familiar manifestations of Jason, which to me speaks to them wanting to bounce around the timelines, show different time periods, and, possibly flashbacks or, flash forwards or however they're going to concoct it. I really, really am hoping that I'm not let down by this series, because getting Adrienne King back, possibly to play Pamela Voorhees, would be dope as a Friday the 13th fan. Now, the other factor weighing in on this show, and I don't know what's going on with it, there haven't been any updates, but this, inside the Queer for Fear hostile workplace lawsuit, why multiple people are defending embattled producer Brian Fuller, and this is stemming from the allegations made by Sam Weinman. Now, there have not been any updates. You see the date on this, November 2nd, 2023. So we're months removed from this. I can't find anything online under either of their names. There's no tweets, nothing. Variety tweeting this article out was literally the only thing I could find on Twitter. So if there is any news on this, and like I said, this is something that I really don't want to negatively affect the show happening, because Fuller's the showrunner. Now, would it be possible to find somebody else to run the show? Absolutely. To say that it's going to see or show many different manifestations of Jason, it could be, like I said, child Jason, redneck Jason in the overalls and, potato sack, or down to, him getting the hockey mask, which is what we all want to see, but I don't want to see it be done not well, if that makes sense, because the last thing I want is another Platinum Dunes Friday the 13th. Don't want it. Do not want. But I want to know what you guys are interested in seeing in this show. Do you want to see, because he said it's kind of a remake-will, which I know it's a word salad for we're gonna be all over the place with this thing probably, and I'm all for new Friday the 13th, but I do want it to be done well, and I want it to be done right. And people like Womp Stomp Productions, who did Never Hike Alone 1 and 2, Never Hike in the Snow, they did it right. They hit all the beats properly. So let's see if an actual studio can do this franchise that I love so much justice, and bring us some new Friday the 13th, content, and have it be more than that. Have it not just be content, but actual entertainment is what I want out of my Friday the 13th. And I'm sure as a fan of the franchise, you do as well, folks. I mean, really, who wants bad Friday the 13th? Like I said, you could get that Platinum Dune shit anywhere. Anyway, that's it, gang. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm Etep Okuian from The Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all the yous. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I will catch you on the next one.